Welcome to Developer Day. Good morning, good day, good evening, wherever you are. I'm Roger Barnes, Product Management Lead for Atlassian Ecosystem. In my 7 years at Atlassian, I've absolutely loved seeing and helping our developer community go from strength to strength. And I was stoked to make that my primary focus when I joined the ecosystem team late last year to help write what I believe is an incredibly exciting next chapter. Before we begin, I want you to know that your health and safety is our highest priority, and our thoughts are with everyone who has been affected by the pandemic. Although I'm disappointed that we can't do this event in person, I'm hopeful that we will be able to see you face to face again soon. Having said that, I'm very happy to be virtually here with you today. What a year, a tough year, a trying year, but also a year for resilience, one that's highlighted the strength of our developer community. There were many challenges as you had to keep your family, friends, and community safe. You had pressure on your business as you moved to a remote workforce and dealt with customers that had significant impacts to their businesses. Yet you held steadfast with Atlassian, and we appreciate your commitment in these unusual times. Today, we're going to share a few updates and reflections on how far we've come already in 2021. We, of course, want to give you some updates on our investments in Forge, our cloud app development platform, and reinforce our vision for the future and progress we hope to make with you throughout this year. But to start off, we're going to travel back 15 years and talk a bit about the origin story of Atlassian's ecosystem and this developer community. In 2004, Atlassian had less than 100 employees. The team was hard at work getting Jira 3.0 ready for release, and Confluence had just launched. Customer feedback and feature requests were piling on. Captivated by the initial experience with Jira, customers had bigger plans and needs than that small team could meet. That year, 2004, Mike and Scott made a bet that put us on a path to where we are today. On a plane ride from Sydney to Europe, Mike had started the first version of the Atlassian plugin framework, which separated plugin code from Jira code with a healthy layer of XML and Java abstractions. Because of the permissive source license that was already in place for Jira, customers were already modifying the product source code, recompiling it, and extending Jira's functionality. The founders had a hunch that by investing in a system for building on top of Atlassian products, any developers outside the company, whether customers, partners, or emerging Atlassian experts, would be interested in fulfilling some of these feature requests themselves. Atlassian released the first version of our plugin framework that year. The plugin architecture was refined, and a more or less stable API was introduced. Usage took off, and those external devs extended the capabilities of Jira and Confluence, building custom tool chains for their own unique needs. A series of successful developer events ensued: Atlas Camp, Connect Weeks, App Weeks, and here we are at Dev Day. Tapping into the innovation of developers outside of the company was a bet that we have continued to make. In 2012, the Atlassian Marketplace launched, allowing anyone who built on top of our products to tap into demand for them throughout a two-sided marketplace. That bet on our community has paid off, and we've been growing at an eye-popping pace ever since. Not only did we zoom past $1 billion in lifetime sales in 2019, and we're getting close to double that figure soon, but we introduced new innovations like Forge, more on that in a moment, and have consistently grown our developer community to meet our customers' demands for new apps in the marketplace. Over 5,000 apps are built by nearly 2,000 developers, and more than 60% of Atlassian's expanding customer base use apps to make their products a perfect fit for their use case. Our developer community has grown and evolved to meet this customer demand. You are the reason we're standing here today and have the opportunity to continue investing in our shared future. Even if we look back as recently as our last developer day in November, we've added 2,000 new members to our online community who have contributed to more than 5,000 discussions and helped nearly 200,000 more visitors who have viewed those posts. We appreciate your commitment to sharing knowledge, asking questions, and helping one another, especially in this distributed world. All of that collaboration is translating into momentum. This community is now publishing 11 apps to our marketplace every week, and we've grown our community of active developers 60% in the last year. We love to see our community responding to the Atlassian announcements and product developments, getting together to solve problems and learn together. Just last month, the Berlin-Brandenburg Atlassian community, led by Hubert, Jörg, Lo, and Huiyi, hosted an event called Leaving Serverland, aimed at helping our developer community respond to Atlassian's shift towards cloud with our recent end-of-server sales announcement. It was an amazing day full of hands-on sessions and live Q&A. In this screenshot, you can see 4 developers collaboratively programming on Forge. The event had long-standing partners like Adaptivist, Cruiseworker, and K15T collaborating with newer entrants to the ecosystem like Lucas from Meetical. To me, this event is a great example of what's special about our developer community. Everyone is on the same team and wants to see each other succeed and grow. Don't worry if you missed the event, the developer community has an event coming up for you. I'd highly recommend checking out one of the Lean Coffee events hosted by Daniel Wester, or join our developer experience team during one of their office hours or fireside chats with Atlassian. These events are all a great way to stay in touch with other developers and Atlassian. The world around us has changed rapidly in the past year, and we're not seeing signs of slowing down. Customers have told us that their digital transformation went from multi-year initiatives to just weeks or months. With the forced change to remote distributed work, teams have had to adapt their practices to sustain collaboration and keep work moving forward. All of this requires the best possible products, including apps, to support these fast-changing ways of working. To keep pace with our customers' changing needs, we know we need to have our customers in cloud. We see this as a matter of when, not if, and are committed to making our cloud products and platform better and ready for every customer and developer before our end of support for our server product line in 2024. Change is not easy, but we hope that you'll see the same tremendous opportunity that we see in this change for our ecosystem. Now, part of the change we see coming is with a capital E, enterprise. Last quarter, we saw paid cloud app licenses for the 1,000+ tier grow at 88% year on year. We're seeing more of these large customers choose cloud as they make a decision to migrate. Atlassian is going to continue to invest heavily in this segment in our business throughout the year. Our enterprise customers are more dependent on apps and customizations than the average small customer and have high expectations of their cloud vendors. We know that more than 85% of enterprise customers today use Atlassian apps, sometimes dozens per customer. And if you're a customer listening to this today, you probably have also built custom apps just for your instance that have helped tailor Atlassian's product suite to your specific integration, compliance, or user management workflows. Now, with the bar of customer requirements quickly rising from security to reliability and scale, some of the core magic of a marketplace, the opportunity for a single developer or a talented small team to just build a great app and give it to customers of any size and have them just run it, might become an unreasonable thing for our developer community going forward. If we were all in a room together, I'd probably ask you to raise your hand if any of these requirements has landed on your roadmap in the past 2 years, and I'd see hands shoot up for sure. And then I'd ask you to keep your hand up if you agreed that you were really passionate about building these capabilities into your apps. And I'm guessing I'd probably see a wave of hands go right back down again. Several years ago, the Atlassian team looked inward and tried to square our cloud and ecosystem ambitions. As I shared before, we know that extensibility is a part of Atlassian's DNA and would continue to be a core benefit of our products as we built up on cloud. But when we assessed the state of our extensibility platform and gave ourselves room to imagine what cloud extensibility should be, we quickly realized what got us here won't get us there. Developers need to adjust their mindset when it comes to building and operating apps in the cloud. That mindset involves a combination of good technical and operational practices. In recognition of this shift, we continue to lift the bar towards customer expectations and highlight apps that demonstrate these good technical and operational practices. We already have base requirements and security programs today. Building upon these, we're also investing in a program that will make enterprise-ready apps easy for customers to learn about and adopt as they make their journey to cloud. It's called Cloud Fortified. The initial program requirements focus on the security, support, and reliability practices of participating apps. The program is in a pilot phase now, but we're eager to roll it out to our ecosystem at large and start introducing it to customers. So customers will feel as confident as we do that their apps will satisfy requirements they have for cloud and install them in more and larger instances. Now, the Cloud Fortified Apps program is for any Connect or Forge app, but if you really want a head start on all those technical and operational expectations, building your app on Forge will help make it easier to become enterprise ready and stay that way. But there's more to Forge than that. As we invest in our cloud platform to meet the needs of our enterprise customers, our commitment is to rapidly make those platform capabilities available to you with Forge, so you can build apps that are both powerful and trusted by your company and customers. By hosting apps on the Atlassian cloud, our goal is to leverage Atlassian's investments and extend those benefits to you. As a developer, Forge will help you build faster. We are working towards better functions as a service platform. It'll be easier to build high performance and fast response times. We also want to reduce your maintenance burden and offset some of your infrastructure and hosting costs. We want to help you build on the work that we've already done. You'll gain access to powerful new cloud extension points as we continue to build out the platform. And as I've hinted at, it'll help you to meet the ever-growing list of cloud enterprise needs. You can benefit from Atlassian's investments in security, data residency, and other enterprise-ready features without having to build them from scratch yourself. Forge is at the core of an expansive vision for Atlassian's cloud product extensibility that we're invested in for the long run. The three pillars of this vision are: as a modern platform, Forge will be more powerful than what's come before. It will let you build remarkable cloud-native applications with less code. Forge will help you simplify developing for Atlassian's cloud product suite, creating a path for streamlined development across all of the Atlassian cloud. And finally, we expect Forge to be a platform for all developers, one that lets partners, customers, and our own Atlassian engineering teams develop world-class applications on the same foundation. Today, we're going to go deeper into what we mean by platform power and how our thinking there has been evolving. As the Atlassian cloud platform continues to grow, we don't want to keep it all to ourselves. We believe in being open to the benefit of everyone. So in addition to continuing to provide ecosystem-first capabilities like Forge hosted storage, we also want you to benefit from the same internal platforms we use at Atlassian to serve our shared customers. Common systems like notification services, media smarts, and rich text editing shouldn't have to be built bespoke by each of you. By converging our external and internal platforms where it can benefit your apps, we want to bring more of these powerful capabilities to you through Forge. It's our promise that you'll be able to build more of the important stuff, the logic that's unique to your apps, and it solves customer problems by standing on our shoulders. Now, to tell you more about the progress we've made over the past few months, I'll hand you over to Dan. Thank you.
Thanks, Roger. Hi, everyone. I'm Dan, and I'm an engineering manager here on the Forge team. I'm excited to be here to share with you more about what the team has been up to in the past 6 months since our last developer day. But more than release milestones and new capabilities, I want to show off some of the ways that Forge is being used by our developer community, and also by teams at Atlassian to further strengthen the platform and make it work for you. Before I jump in, I do want to stay on the topic of the Forge vision and the concept of Forge being a platform for everyone. We expect a best-in-class cloud platform to be one that our developer community, Atlassian customers, and the Atlassian team ourselves are contributing to and building upon. Together, we strengthen one platform and make it better for every group, rather than focusing on disconnected platforms that may not be on an equal footing. In these upcoming slides, I'm going to talk about how Atlassian has been working with developers to understand their needs and to provide them with the support they need to be successful. And to kick this off, I'm going to share the progress we've made with Forge in the last 6 months since we last held Developer Day. I want to play back some feedback we heard from our partner and developer community. It comes down to 4 things. You wanted a signal that Forge was ready for prime time and that it's here to stay. That included guarantees from us, the Atlassian team, around platform reliability, how we'd tackle bugs, and overall how we support you building on the platform. We've had asks about the viability of Forge from a cost perspective, including how much it will cost you and what the usage quotas that are put in place. And for a partner, We've known that Forge apps without marketplace distribution has acted as a non-starter for a lot of you on the platform. Lastly, we've also seen a desire for more flexibility around how to customize our UI for your apps. We heard loud and clear that UI kit wouldn't be enough alone. So first of all, we shared last time that we were very close to releasing Forge into general availability. That milestone came in February when we officially cut the ribbon. And now that Forge is generally available, Forge now meets the high reliability and security standards kept by Atlassian products and services, and we completed a comprehensive third-party security penetration test. Our customer and developer support teams are on standby to handle Forge-related queries, and we've defined escalation paths for our teams, including incident management, and we're prepared to handle any issues that arise in the future. Next, on Forge pricing. We know the value that apps bring to our customers, and we want to support our developer ecosystem in getting started with Forge. Whether the app is for your organization, your customers, or the Atlassian marketplace, Forge is free until 2024. We've put platform quotas and limits in place that scale with the install base or number of seats that your app has. And even with our pricing updates, the fast follow of our marketplace early access program was what the team at Atlassian was truly excited about. That's because we know that many of you in the audience are marketplace partners, and distribution directly to customers is key to your success. Over the course of the program, we worked with dozens of developers and were thrilled to see their apps come through the approval queue. We worked through many complexities, like getting custom UI up to the standards required by our developers whilst maintaining our Forge Trust model, among even more complexity, like getting Forge apps listed, discovered, and purchased, just like Connect apps. We wanted apps delivered smoothly enough that customers wouldn't see a change, despite it being a fundamentally different app platform internally. I'm excited to share that marketplace distribution for Forge apps is now generally available today. Another area we've made significant progress against is the UI capabilities for apps built with Forge. When we first launched Forge, we were very bullish on the potential of UI Kit, a set of declarative building blocks for creating user interfaces. As we shifted our focus to Marketplace, and as a result of the developer community's feedback, we announced Custom UI to give more power for developers to build complex UI for their complex use cases. Since we announced this last Developer Day, we've started unlocking even more capabilities. We've unlocked modal extension points, implemented egress controls to allow for client-side requests, provided the ability for custom content security rules, added product navigation APIs, app routing, and more. Now developers can customize to their heart's desire while still inheriting a range of the Forge platform security mechanisms without any additional effort. Custom UI is now our leading extensibility offering, making up for the majority of apps in our Marketplace EAP program. I wanted to share a few examples of how Forge is being used internally at Atlassian. We all know that the more we're consumers of our own platform, the faster we'll be able to find problems and see opportunities to improve it. First, I want to talk a little about how we built smart links on Forge. Smart links use the Forge FAS to resolve data for links that are pasted across Atlassian products. Forge handles the auth management for the third parties and makes authenticated requests on the user's behalf to external services. Having smart links powered by Forge plays into our longer-term vision of a unified platform across Atlassian. While we're a way to go towards this goal, this has been a great beginning. We've been receiving production SmartLink traffic for roughly a year now and have taken those learnings to tune the platform and ensure it meets the needs of our audience. We now run millions of SmartLink requests daily with the power of Forge. And second, on a more lighthearted side, you may have heard that Atlassian runs a quarterly internal hackathon called Ship It. These events get participation from teams in every corner of the company, and have been a source of new features and innovative ideas because everyone's freed up to experiment. In our most recent Ship It, we were thrilled to see how many Atlassians were going with Forge to jumpstart their projects. We saw 35 projects that were built on Forge in a 48-hour window. A couple of the fun examples I thought I'd share is recent edits for Confluence, which is an app that was built by someone on the Forge team. It gives a high-level summary of what's changed since last viewing the page, and it's useful for pages that have high activity and you just need a summary of what's changed. Second, we have status page smart links to bring operational statuses closer to users. Ship It is a really great example of how teams can solve problems with Forge in a short amount of time. So now that we've shared a little more about how Forge is being used by the Atlassian team, I want to share some of the ways in which developers building on Forge are solving real customer problems. Both of these examples are apps that were built on Forge and listed on the Atlassian marketplace. Visualize with AWS allows users to create AWS architectural diagrams within a Jira issue. This allows software, IT, and infrastructure teams to have a clear picture of their task at hand. It helps keep all of the context in a single place. Graphs can be sourced in by the text entry and via remote files for live data. Not only do these visualizations work in Jira, but they also work in Confluence. We've worked with the team at Utility to unblock them where needed. We were able to provide clarity around pricing and usage quotas, ship the ability to source external images, as well as navigate the browser in custom UI. With link management for Confluence, content administrators can manage links with ease. Normally, editing each page manually to change a link is a hassle, but with link management for Confluence, you can scan a space for links, search for the exact link you want to update, and update all occurrences across all pages at the same time. We worked with Lively Apps to provide greater UI extensibility through custom UI, to ship the ability to open links in new tabs, and to develop custom UI apps using Forge Tunnel. Working closely with vendors has been essential for our team to understand requirements and use cases across our ecosystem, and we're very excited to be working under this arrangement. You can learn so much more about what other capabilities we've shipped in Forge in Mikhail's breakout session right after this keynote. We're proud of what we've been able to deliver with Forge thanks to your feedback and partnership. This is just another chapter on a much longer Forge journey, and I'm personally so excited for what we're continuing to build together. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Adarsh, who's going to share more about the future with Forge.
Thanks, Dan. I had to tip my hat to the Forge team and to our early adopters of Forge. There's a lot here for us to celebrate. A moment to introduce myself. I'm Adarsh, lead PM for Atlassian ecosystem. I've been in Atlassian for 4+ years now, previously with the cloud identity team. From the sidelines, it is amazing to see how Forge has grown from an idea to a complete platform today where all of you are building apps and listing it on Marketplace. I'm excited by the opportunity to lead this team into the future and to partner deeply with our passionate community of developers, both customers and partners. Our aim is to build the most delightful developer platform for builders. We want to think about all aspects of app development, from documentation to CLI, to listing it on Marketplace, to engaging with customers and post-installation support, to observability and metrics. As Roger shared, we know that we have been on a long journey together into a cloud-first Atlassian ecosystem. Those challenges you have expressed has given us a lot to think and act on. Today, I'm going to share how we are thinking about key challenges and pain points expressed by developers building for Atlassian cloud products, and how we hope to solve them in the near future. Yes, that means you'll hear more about our roadmap, but more than just a roadmap, I want to leave you with as much clarity about how we are thinking about platform and incrementally building it ground up to cater to the needs of millions of users on Atlassian Cloud and helping you all to build amazing apps to support our customers. As you heard from Dan, in the last few quarters, we were busy building the platform to make it ready to take it to the center stage and let you build apps and list them on Marketplace. We will continue to build and extend the platform to power more use cases. Here are some of the key initiatives that we are working on to make the platform more robust and complete. In the coming quarters, you will see us making more progress to improve the performance of Forge apps at scale. We are making changes for custom UI to directly access product API without doing a round trip to the Lambda function, which gives a huge performance boost. We are actively working to support Forge apps that can be deployed in multiple regions to support our commitment to data residency. With this in place, Forge apps will be unblocked for many enterprise customers who put data residency as one of the major blockers to move to the cloud. And finally, we are making it easy for users to use third-party integrations by taking web triggers from beta to general availability. And we're also adding advanced functionality to generate web trigger URLs via UI or API to make it easier to configure third-party products to call Forge apps. Thinking long-term, we are bringing our journey towards our products becoming more extensible than ever. Along the road, we regularly face limitations in web technology. We are pushing those limits. Currently, we are investigating a browser-based runtime for extensibility. This would mean that UI code would render on the client side and would no longer rely on fast for UI changes. Beyond UI kit, there's a lot more room for innovation to come here. Now that we are a platform which is generally available, we need to begin layering our foundations for future expansions and iterations without breaking the apps that you have built. We aim to provide developers with the ability to specify their runtime and platform versions for apps, so you have freedom to upgrade on your own terms. We want apps of the future to stand on a common platform. Although Jira and Confluence on the Forge platform have been our focus to start, we are actively working on to bring new products onto the platform, starting with Compass. Compass is one of our Point A products announced at Team 21, currently in alpha. Compass will help our customers navigate the distributed architecture and bring disconnected information about engineering output and the teams collaborating on them together in a central searchable location. At its core, Compass is being built with extensibility in mind. So customers can easily integrate any of their internal or third-party tools to ingest and display relevant data all in one place. You will be able to build apps on Forge for Compass once Compass advances its journey to become generally available. So stay tuned for info about the early access program for developers. And thinking further out, we are planning to onboard more products to Forge to create a unified developer experience and consistent extensibility for customers. We are already exploring how we bring one of our most loved and used product, Trello, onto the platform soon, and not just stop there, but to bring all other Atlassian products onto the Forge platform, including the new products that raise from the Point A initiative. Forge is a platform for all developers, helping partners, customers, and importantly, also Atlassian itself to develop world-class capabilities on the same foundation. As you heard from Roger, we want everyone to build amazing apps on a common platform and provide the right tools and features to ensure there is both power and trust in the platform. These investments are targeted to making your work of building, maintaining, and even distributing an app in Atlassian's ecosystem gets easier over time. For builders, we are actively working to provide access to metrics and charts that provide information on errors and invocations so that you can debug problem easily and also gain insights into apps approaching their quotas and platform limits. Thanks to all of you, we received feedback on how important it is for an app to be managed by a team than an individual. In the coming months, we will be introducing multi-user app ownership. As we cater to more enterprise cloud customers, trust, transparency, and security will create the fundamental fabric for a healthy ecosystem. We are working on transparent data egress information so admins are well informed about the data leaving Atlassian. And we'll be providing the ability for admins to continuously share production logs with their trusted developers or partners so you can better monitor and support your apps. Our goal is to offer a unified cloud extensibility platform across Atlassian where you can develop apps with the power of one platform, which includes both what you depend on Connect and forward-looking benefits of Forge. We are working towards bringing these two worlds together. And that's just the near term. Our long-term vision is to create the best developer platform to build apps. We are actively exploring the toolset to include release tracks for better launch experience, progressive rollouts to do A/B testing for your apps, and also providing options for custom app listing targeted to a small segment of customers whom you want to share your app with for rapid feedback and learning. We know that many of you will be curious and want to hear more about our vision for Forge and Connect. Later today, we have a deep dive and demo with Joe and James to share more about how we are bringing Connect and Forge together to have a single extensibility platform across Atlassian Cloud. We are building a future where you can benefit from our investments in cloud security, data residency, and other enterprise-ready capabilities for apps without having to build for them yourself. Our goal is to have one platform for all of you to innovate on and build the next growth story for your app and our customers in coming years. You and Forge are the center of our future investment, where we'll focus heavily on a holistic developer experience. We are actively working on making every part of the journey easy and powerful for all our builders. We would love you to be part of our journey by continuing to actively engage in community conversation, providing direct feedback, and be part of the events like this. So with that, thank you for being here today and for tuning in. We have much more to share with you. Stay tuned for these Dev Day sessions, including a deep dive on what's new on Forge right after this. And of course, we want your questions, and we have a team ready to answer them live at the end of the day. See you on the next session. Thank you.